Yo, 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 yo.
What's up, brother?
Oh, you shiny today, huh?
A
Oh,
little bit.
you got the light. Ooh, look at you. Looking
Okay. A
looking
little bit.
crisp.
How's that? A little bit better? A little bit brighter?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, got you a present too, just in case. All right.
Is that a number two?
It's a number two, man. Actually, well, it's a number one. He wears number two. Still, good friend of mine grabbed me that, so I figured I'd put that up there. I saw him, got to spend some time with some of my BFFs this weekend. So
Nice,
yes,
nice, nice.
oh, but yeah, a little bit more shiny. Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this old thing was laying around, so
How
actually,
does it look to you?
oh, it
Yeah,
looks
it
good
looks
to me. Is
sharpy, man.
that better?
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you think? Up more or down more here?
Down.
Back. Tell me when to stop. Back down to
Yeah,
this.
yeah, 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 yeah. Up a little
Yeah.
bit. Yep. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do not disturb until sure. Let's go until tomorrow morning. Do not disturb. So, how you been, brother? Good day.
I've been all right.
Huh?
Been all right. Yes, sir.
Mm.
Been all right.
I never done such things with my head, bro. Not like this. Some braids, but not whatever
Never,
kind of
never,
things you
never
call.
a twist up.
Never a twist up.
You never done a Travis Scott before.
Is that what it is? What the kids are calling it these days? So this is it. I should have asked for the Travis Scott special.
I think you got the Travis Scott special.
Hmm. I'll have to ask one of the kids about that. See if make sure you're right. I have to double check in every now and then. Like I think I'm pretty cool at my age, but sometimes I'm not sure. Right? What do we got today?
This one is called Cote de Roses.
You got to
Cote de
practice that.
Roses.
You got to practice that next time.
Gerard Bertrand. Cote de Roses.
Yeah. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Get some of this stuff off the screen. I'll go full screen. I guess it's full screen. And I guess I'm looking at me. I don't want to look at me anymore. There we go. There we go. So what's this? This is what, another rosé? Look, what is this? Well, I didn't see it well. I thought you like red, bro.
I did. You know what? I bought a red yesterday, and then I seen this. Can you see it?
No, too
Here you
high.
go.
Yeah, right there, right there, right there. All right.
I bought a red yesterday. A J Lore. Are you familiar?
J Lo
J Lore.
from the block. Right.
That's what I thought too the first time too. I thought it was from the block as well, but it's not from the block.
True. All right. So
I bought a red, but then I came home and I forgot that I had this one sitting here. So I said, you know what? Let me just get rid of it. Let me just have it, get it out of the way.
Right.
And then I get down to my reds.
How long have you considered yourself a wine drinker? Or have you always considered yourself a wine?
No.
I know we talked about Kanai for a hot second last week.
No, I was not.
No?
No, but a champagne drinker, yes.
Because you pop bottles in the club?
Yeah, it was a behavior and an attitude that was thrust upon me when I used to spend my time in England with the hustlers. And there were some pretty intense and serious times. Like I used to spend a lot of nights in the clubs, like almost every night.
Yeah.
Right. Because of the company that I was keeping, we were in the club every night, and they were high rollers. And that's when I got introduced to champagne. And that's when I got introduced to champagne in a way that I had never seen before. I'm talking about like every single night, and every single night, was at least $15,000 to $20,000 worth of champagne being spent every night.
Really?
And them times I was
so that's when you're just throwing the shit, like you're popping it, half the bottle's going, because I'm not, I don't really pop bottles.
It's
like
essentially
nothing.
It's like bottle wars, bro. You know what I mean? It's like this group of hustlers.
Yeah.
And then in the same dance, there's like another set of hustlers. So, you'll buy like a couple bottles of champagne. And then when they see that you bought a couple bottles of champagne, they're like, they're ordering their couple bottles of champagne. And then all of a sudden, it's like, we're just trying to see who buys more, who can buy more liquor in the place. You know what I mean? And when the champagne's done, all of a sudden now they're buying cases of beer. Nobody drinks beer, but they're just buying it.
Buying it.
You know what I mean? And I'm sitting
So at the end of the night, there's just tables full of
yeah. And you know who wins? The club owner, because now he just takes all the stuff and puts it right back into
puts it right back. For real.
And them times I was like heavy into doing my music, right? I was heavy into doing my music at that time, producing and writing and whatnot. And I used to be so mad. I'm like, bro, you know that the amount of money you spent on alcohol right now, I could have bought a feature from Timberland. I could have bought a feature from Neptune. I could have, you know what I mean? Every night they spent the amount that would cost for a feature. I could have had crazy albums, bro.
Sitting there on the table.
I could have had crazy albums, but it's not the space that they're in. You know what I mean? They're not in that space. They're like, yo, like this is like their advertising.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm
so like, it goes. How long goes that?
Oh man. So this is, we'll say, I didn't have Fixie then. So like 16 years, maybe.
And that was, bottle service was a thing back then?
It was a thing there.
There.
It was a thing there. It wasn't a thing here yet. There was no thing. There's no such thing as like really like buying champagne and tables. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I remember when I came back to Canada, I said to my homie, because my homie used to do parties all the time. You know the homie, right? He used to do parties all the time. I'm like, bro, you need to change up the atmosphere and make it like this. Make it about tables. Make it about VIP service. Make it about you charge for the table. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he's like, nah, man. These people here don't spend money like that. They don't spend money like that. I'm like, bro, like there's a certain clientele that will.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess when you don't see it, you don't see it. You know what I mean? Just like last week when we're talking about the wine and the rum and whatnot. Like that's all you see. That's all you see.
That's all you know. At
home, you know. But we were in a club atmosphere here that's not what we saw. So to think that we're gonna reinvent the wheel.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't there.
It wasn't there yet. But 2 2s. Like here we are now. Like you can't even get in a club unless you got a table.
Right. Yeah, and that's how the world changes, right? As the damn world turns. So it's interesting like that when you look at now, it's just a normal thing, or how many things back in the day seemed so big and bright, I guess, right? And all of a sudden we look at things, certain different topics or subjects, and it's just normal to us now, right? So you're right, because you're right, you can't get into a club or you're worried about those different things. Like I don't even like bottle service personally, for no other reason than I just, me, everybody knows what's in the red cup, right? everybody knows what's in the red cup, right? Wherever I am, everybody knows what's in my cooler. Everybody knows what my order is. I keep it simple. So that's even when people around me, they get bottle service, and I'll come in and I'll be like, no, I'll be right back, and I'll just drink my beer, and I'll be fine with that. I don't, even when there's bottles, okay, sure, I'll have a shot or something, but I'll have my beer. I'm good, thanks, appreciate it.
But even with the bottle service, I don't love it, because more often than not, it's like vodka. I don't love
You
it.
you have to have some variety.
I don't love vodka. You know what I mean? I don't love vodka like that. But the thing is, like, I'm not a rich guy.
Right.
So if I buy a bottle of champagne,
champagne
doesn't stretch the way that vodka stretches. You know what
True
I'm saying?
that.
I'll buy a bottle of champagne and then I pour 2 people a glass of champagne and I'm looking at my bottle like, God, that's right. You know what I mean? Vodka stretch. Champagne don't stretch. So
it goes. That's hilarious. But you're right. But it's interesting. Oh, that's what fits in the party back in the day, popping bottles. Good to know. I didn't know that, really, to be honest with you. So that's interesting.
It was a bad habit that I picked up from hanging out with hustlers, and I'm nowhere close to a hustler, but I come home like popping bottles as if I'm a hustler, and that was dumb.
Yeah.
The show looked good and it paid its dividends in certain ways. You know what I mean? But,
right.
But at the end of the night, when the curtains are closed, like, that was dumb.
It's a different story, right? It's you got to give second thoughts to it then. Hindsight. Right? Oh, Lord. I forgot what's on our list for today. That wasn't on our list. That's good. It's a good, you know what I mean? So
you look good, man.
What do you
look
think?
Good, bro.
I don't know. I trying to think,
You got the lights, you got the twist up.
I got the themes on there now, right? I think I'm gonna switch up Kawhi every weekend, so it'll be something different. It was supposed to be
put him on a 32-week rotation.
No.
You don't need to be back here for a while.
No, he's got he has to rest every now and then. He can't be there. He can't be there consistent,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So it's good. Yeah. Hey, man.
Load management. Yeah, put him on load management. Put him on load management.
That's it. Hey, whatever works, man. You know what? The stars get the privilege. Don't let them fool you.
How am I sounding? Am I loud? Am I fine? Like, everything sounds good?
Sounds good to me. How do I sound? Is that your cue to tell me that I'm sounding different?
No. I just want to know.
No. You're good. I got you. You're good. So, all right, here I'm gonna go from my list. I'm gonna start on my list here, because you didn't put what I asked you to put. You're supposed to put the whole list together, bro.
Oh, well, I didn't have much.
And then you sent me a picture.
I didn't have much.
Can't write on it.
Oh, I thought but I thought you said I thought you said take a picture of it and send it to you.
Well, I mean, it was like, if you're gonna send it last minute and you got nothing else to do. Well, I didn't know you use paper. Not many people. I struggle with paper. In general. My place of business. For reasons of security. Right. We went to a paperless environment. So I spent years in this paperless environment. At first, I was like, what do you mean? How do you do this without paper? I couldn't figure it out at first. And so whatever, I spent 5-6 years doing that. And then I came off of that, or I started doing something else where paper was allowed. Right. So I went into like the supply room. I was like, I got some notepads, sticky notes, whatever. Tried to write on paper. I can't do it. No paper. No paper. I don't use paper anymore. Paperless environment. Trying to save the world or something like that, I guess. Which is weird, but I don't know how people do paper anymore.
So they say it's for security reasons, but then they can claim green.
It's bang for the buck, right?
Or they can claim green and say it's for security reasons.
They can do whatever they want, I guess. It makes sense.
Bang for the buck.
Bang for the buck. It's always about the bang for the buck, bro.
For sure. Every time. I wish the world knew that. I wish the people in the world knew that. It's always about the bang for the buck. Every single thing, every single decision made.
No, everybody thinks it's about the top dollar, man. It's about bang for your buck. That's the problem. People don't see it. Everybody worried about top dollar.
I got into the champagne lifestyle for the bang for my buck.
It doesn't sound like it. Doesn't sound like it at all, bro. It's not like that went the other way around. What's the opposite of bang for the buck? I don't know. What is that? Do you know? We gotta look that up. We need a statistician, bro. We need somebody who's feeding stuff in our ear as we're.
We'll call Eleanor.
Bobo.
We call Eleanor.
Oh,
Say,
she'll
hey,
have us covered.
you still know how to do stats?
Yeah, you like to do
You still know how to do stats?
Yeah, it's a new way, new world. We can't pay you much, but you know, it's a good time. That's what we got to offer. That's hilarious. So yo, I was thinking. So the other day, I don't know if it was the other day, but I was looking through my posts.
Yeah.
And then I remember on a post, that was one of your shirts or whatever. It said about that Kuture Life. Right, that was my little tagline. And then as we were doing this and getting ready, I was like, what the, because I looked back in the middle of doing this, I was like, what does that mean? Right? Because everything is kind of tied into Kuture Life in general, right? So I guess I have my own version of what I've been around long enough, right?
Yeah.
But what is it? What is that to you? So if I told you that I'm trying to live the Kuture Life, what would that mean to you?
The Kuture Life.
Yeah.
The Kuture Life is the life of expression and creativity.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Expression and creativity.
Basic,
so
that's
just
it.
being free to just express, just express yourself. Right. And that's why there's no limit to kind of the things that I do or involve myself in, because it's all about the expression, this finding yourself in situations where anything's possible to manifest from it, so whether it be like my work at work, like cutting hair and being free to express myself with my clients, whether it be like different outlets, like for instance how Kuture Life has turned into a fitness thing.
Right.
You know
so
what I mean?
Is a fitness thing? So a fitness thing is what we're doing. That's every morning. How long have you been doing every morning now?
Well, every morning started last year, July.
Right?
No. Like May. Sometime during the pandemic, while I'll tell you how it started. When I was doing the curbside pickup with the masks. Right. So someone came to pick up masks and he says to me, we got to chatting and he's like, he's trying to lose some weight. Right. So he invited me to come and run the hills with him because he's like, and I'm like, at that time I was like quarantining with my dad and my kids and just getting out and leaving them alone was not going to be an easy task. You know what I'm saying? So I said, like, I can't run the hills with you, but if you want, we can find something and do it online. You know what I mean? Like we can work out online. So I ended up working out, every morning with him online.
Right.
Just so I, kind of, accountability partner, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I like, so I was there for him. Right. And then one day Channel 9 came by my house during the pandemic and he's like, what's going on? Whoop-de-woo. I think he came to pick up some shirts. Right. And then I just told him about the workout and he goes, what, you work out every day? I go, yeah. Me and my buddy, we work out. So online on WhatsApp. We just do it. At that time, it was just the ab routine. We're doing the same core routine every day. And Channel 9 like, yo, call me, bro. Call me in the morning. And I'm like, for real? I'm like, for real? And he's like, yeah, man, just call me, man. I'll work out. I'm like, okay, that's cool,
Right.
Because I knew what I was doing. Like, and again, like I said, a Kuture Life is just to be free, just free to express yourself and, free to get involved in whatever is available. Right.
Right. And whatever ways available too, it seems like too,
whatever
right?
Ways, yeah.
Yeah.
So Channel 9 came on and then we were working out and then another friend came on, Vegan Invitation Project, and it's just the four of us working out every day. So I'll say it's May, you know what I mean? May, we worked out every day since then till now, 7 o'clock in the morning.
On the gram.
On the gram.
We can find you on the gram. All right.
You came in. You came in.
I did a couple, I struggle with discipline sometimes.
But
right?
that's what this whole thing is, bro. That's what is beautiful about this whole thing, is that fact that if I didn't have to wake up and initiate the call to call everybody, you know what I mean? Like to press the group button, the group call button, I probably wouldn't do it either.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's the fact that if I don't wake up and make the call, I'm probably going to ruin the opportunity for everybody to get their workout in. You know what I mean?
I hear that.
And they're probably thinking, I hope he doesn't call.
For real.
Do you know what I mean?
Real. No, I hear you. But then you call and there it is. And then we're at it again. Or y'all are at it again. Right.
So it's just like a thing where just everybody's like, like keeping everybody accountable.
Mm-hmm.
No,
that's wicked. That's wicked.
Mm-hmm. And then, and also, the Kuture Life led into the book club that I started.
Yeah.
Right. It's just being open to just doing anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
So essentially, Kuture Life is just about expression and creativity.
Yeah. You just find it natural now, right? Was it ever a time where it was, because you've always been creative, you've always been doing different things. Do you find a time that you had to say, this is how I'm living, or you said, this is how I live and this is how I'm going to maybe now, put it on and show it out a little bit, put a name to it. If that makes sense. I don't know if that's the right question, but do you feel that you at some point had to change yourself, I guess, to get in line with what it is now and what you're saying about it now?
No, you know what it is? You know what it is, brother? It's just now that I have something going, I just want to just involve people.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just want to involve people. Like for instance, when I opened the store was just something for me to have, to allow me to have conversations with people and have them take me serious.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like if I had an idea for something, but I'm cutting hair out of my basement, I'm like, hey man, I think we should open up this business and blah 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 blah. Like, yeah, but you're in the basement.
Yeah, what do you really? Yeah, that's what people would think.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So really, the store essentially is just something for me to be able to have something to say that I'm doing something, so that when I approach you with something,
it's like putting on a suit.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, the store is my suit.
Right.
Because without the store, I'm just a silly guy, bro.
Right, with your wife beater on.
Without the store, I'm just a silly guy, bro.
Right. I hear you, man. I hear you. Sometimes, sometimes those are things you got to think, ways you got to think, and people might look at it and say, well, I don't have to do that to do this. I'm like, no, maybe you don't. But people that are smart enough really understand why you should do it, or why you might be in a situation, you have to do things like that, because it's clear, to me, obviously, your creativity or whatever, you're doing nothing, like, I think you're right, you're doing nothing different than you've always done, no matter what it's been. So yeah, sometimes you got to put a suit on, and that is part of being creative. That is part of understanding how to integrate with people. That's how part of being able to connect ultimately in some situations. Some people you can connect with your marina on, and some people you need to connect with a suit on, right? You find sometimes you're saying the exact same things, right? But they're just looking at you differently, no matter who it is or what they're thinking, right? So
no, you're right.
Right. Yeah, man, that's a lot though. And like, best masks in town. You still pushing out masks, bro, or no? You done with that?
Like, I have them. If people order them, then I got them. But I don't push them like one time. Like right now, I think everybody has their masks.
Everybody has their closet space.
Everybody has their everybody has their
coordinated and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody has their the mask that they need and goddamn, and they're washing, you know, like, so they have everything they need. You know what I mean? So I'm not pushing it anymore. I mean, I have it if somebody wants it, but
yeah. I got like seven, so whatever. I'm biased.
Well, I mean, I kept on hearing how good they were, and that was amazing.
It's the nose piece, yo.
The clip.
It's the clip, the nice clip, and nice and breathable, but whatever.
I was thinking, I think I was thinking today. Now that we actually brought up my, like, how I got into champagne. When I was in England that time, me and you spent a lot of time together on the computer.
Wow, that's when we were playing chess.
Playing chess every day.
I could have. It would take me a little while.
So you could tell me how long ago that was, because I don't think you were working at the time. So we had a lot of time to play some chess.
Right. So that's probably when I moved to Hamilton, right around the time I was moving up to Hamilton, right? Yeah. So that's like 15 years ago now, about right? I think. I had my little mini retirement. I had a nice little year off. I guess I was playing chess and golfing and moving to Hamilton.
Yeah, we used to go at it, man.
Yo, I can't do it now, man. I tried to play the other day. The computer kicked my ass, bro, on novice. Like it wasn't even. I was like, wait, what the hell just happened here? You like, I think a little face popped up and it looked like he was giggling at me, man. It wasn't very nice.
You ever watched the movie The Queen's Gambit?
The Netflix thing?
Yeah. That's dope.
Yo,
that movie was
dope.
Sick, man. That movie was dope.
It was good. And I thought it was good because you didn't have to watch, you didn't have to play. Number one, you didn't have to play chess to understand what was really going on.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was levels to that show too. I mean, the chess stuff was just cool to watch and how they integrated it. Like sometimes when I get into shows, I'll like read some articles and things like that, just to figure out what's going on in the background, and even how they had to, like that girl, she wasn't really much of a chess player, so she did it like she was a dancer or something like that.
Okay. So
it was choreography to her, how she had to move the pieces around. So it wasn't necessarily like, and that knight whatever, queen's 3 or whatever you do, right? It was for her it was like dance moves, or I'm pretty sure she was a dancer, but whatever artiste or thing that she did, she had to relate it that way, because it wasn't about chess to her. Which was pretty cool. But that was a wicked show, bro. I like that show.
When I watched it, when I first watched it, what captivated me about it was the artistry of it. Like just the way that they were capturing colors. I don't know if you paid attention to that. It was like, shadows, to me it seemed like they were making moving paintings. Like there was a story, but I felt like the cinematographer was like, yo, you tell your story, I got this story, I'm gonna tell with these colors. It to me it was
good all around.
Every scene seemed like a beautiful picture,
right?
If you paid attention to it like that.
No, I know what you mean. Because that's what, certain shows to me, or movies, that's what it's about. It might not necessarily, like, that had it all. It had the good acting, had the good story, all that good stuff. But there are some shows that it's like, no, that was good cinematography, filmography, or whatever. Like, what's that movie? 1917. It's like a war movie.
The war movie.
But it's just one. You just follow. It's one continuous shot, basically.
The whole movie.
Yeah. So it's just boom. You're just following these guys. You're just following the same two guys through the whole, or the lead characters. It's on them the whole time. So it's just like you're just watching them. It's like basically it's real time, technically. And it's wicked. So and you can think it's a war movie. So they're on their little mission, going from here to here or whatever, and it's like the two of them, and they're just rolling, and it's just them from start to finish, which is pretty cool. And there was another movie on Netflix, I forget or another show on Netflix, Haunting Hill, or The Haunting of Hill House. I went to number one, I don't like horror shit. I don't like that kind of stuff. But I saw an article that talked about that same thing in 1917, that they had one episode that was just one shot, one continuous follow them back and forth, da da da. And I read that article first. And then I went back to watch the show, and that wasn't. I think it was like episode 5 or 6 was the episode that they were talking about. So I had to watch it. I had to be scared and watch it under my covers and stuff. It wasn't that bad, but
yeah.
but that episode, when I got to it, I was like, this episode is just wicked. And
I need to watch it again to look at it from that lens.
Yeah, if I'm sure I'll remember, but it's one of the episodes, just a one-shot episode. And it was just well done. So yeah, there are things that you just have to have a certain, because you can say a movie shit or a show shit, but then you can also say, but man, that director, did good. Maybe the script was sucky or something like that, or whatever it is. And I think that's also a part of looking at things the right way too, I guess, right? And being able to look at things in many, many ways, right? And you can easily look at something and cast a negative, whatever, or a positive piece to it, but there's also layers to everything too. So different shit like that.
Are you a movie guy, or are you a TV show guy?
I'm a TV show guy now. I think maybe before I was a movie guy, but the world was kind of different, and the way that we consumed stuff was different too.
Yeah.
I'm more of a TV show guy. Recently, like I gave myself a rule. It was like Saturday morning type stuff is 2 hours. If a movie is like 2 hours, I'm watching it. So if I'm just going through Netflix and it's something half decent, as long as it's not no 3-hour movie, blah blah blah, like just a regular, oh man, this came up as a recommendation, 2 hours, I'll watch it, I'll give it a shot. So I watch some non-mainstream movies, I guess, right? As well, just because, and let me just give it a shot. Like I watched was it Bruce Willis on Netflix, shittiest movie ever, but it was like under 2 hours. It was just, I watched a movie, it was all right. Like, just to kill some time and watch. So I'm trying to force myself to watch more movies.
Yeah, there was a time where I was actually into Asian gangster films. Oh,
how'd you get into that?
It might be Cricks. It might be Cricks. Cricks might have introduced me to one movie, and I just started just searching.
And then that was it.
Yeah, it might have been Cricks that got me into it, but sickest movies. Like they make some sick gangster films, man.
For real, eh? I can say I've never dabbled in that genre.
Bro, like, so for instance, there's one called Infernal Affairs. Right.
This what kind of movie is this guy? Is it like a blue movie, bro?
Infernal Affairs. Right.
Yeah.
And it's a dope movie. And then the sequel is the prequel.
The sequel is the prequel, right.
So they do Infernal Affairs 2, and it's the prequel, and it shows how that movie got started. Right. So it's about two cops, right? Two cops. And it just there's a good cop and a corrupt cop. All right. And they're trying to they're both trying to infiltrate. One's trying to infiltrate the police force. One's trying to infiltrate the mob. You know what I mean? So the mob sends someone into the police force. The police force sends someone into the mob. You know what I mean? And it's
Infernal
dope.
Affairs. Infernal Affairs.
That movie's so dope. And then when they do part 2, it's showing you the prequel of like who these guys were before. Anyways, that movie's so good that America always they copy movies, right? So if you ever watched the movie The Departed, you ever heard of it? You watched it?
That's is it Ray Liotta?
No, he said Ray Liotta.
Who is it? What's his name?
Jack Nicholson.
No.
It's
and
Mark Wahlberg.
So why did I say Ray Liotta and it sounded and you made you giggle?
Is it?
Because it was a gangster movie?
Are you sure?
Yeah. that was my gangster movie.
That's Goodfellas, isn't it?
I don't know, man.
With Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg, and
Whichever.
And anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
I think Matt Damon sounds right. What's it called? You said The Departed.
The Departed. That was a big movie. When that movie came out, that was a big movie. And then all it was a
I remember
remake.
the movie.
Yeah, it was a
So
remake of
Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio.
Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, Wahlberg, Martin Sheen, Alec Baldwin, Anthony Anderson.
What? Bad boy movie.
Robert Wahlberg. Is that a cousin of the Wahlbergs? Robert Wahlberg.
That might be that might be Big Bro.
Yo, give me some money, man. I need to make a movie. That's about it. That's all. Mickey Rourke.
Yes. That was a dope movie. That was a dope movie too. But then this goes to show you that Infernal Affairs is so dope that they said they have to make that over in American.
And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna go watch both, I guess. I know I've seen bits and pieces of The Departed. I don't think I've seen it straight through. I don't remember it that well.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
True.
Mm-hmm. Now that we're talking about it, I feel like I need to watch. Oh, yeah, I used to be able to read good, man. I used to watch movies and read subtitles. Bare subtitles. It was all Chinese.
Oh man, I can't. Now I used to not be able to handle the dubs. Now I just go with the dubs.
Now you go with the dubs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you go with the dubs, you should not use the captions because then your brain just hurts.
Yes.
Because it's wrong. I feel like if you're doing the voiceover, then why shouldn't it be exactly the same? Like why aren't they matching?
Yeah.
Right? You're like you have to go ahead and do it. Like anyways.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little pet peeve of mine. So I'm not much of a subtitle guy for that reason, obviously, unless I have to be.
But it's funny. I am a subtitle guy. Like even in English movies, I just bear subtitles.
Because you watch it late at night. Because what?
Yeah, it might be.
I find it helps at night.
Yeah.
Right, because you're forced to read. It keeps your brain going a little bit if that's the situation, right? So that's if I'm a little bit tired, but I'm just like I gotta watch this. I gotta plow through and finish something off. Then it's definitely subtitles on, or captions or whatever the heck. Yeah, subtitles on. So it's interesting. So that's how I roll with that.
So how was your trip up north? Where up north did you go?
It's probably about like 20 minutes away from Wasaga. So I don't even know.
20 minutes more north, 20 minutes south?
North, I guess, yeah.
Okay, so you passed Wasaga.
Past Wasaga. It's closer to Blue Mountain, I guess. Close to Blue Mountain, kind of. I wasn't paying too much attention. It's a place is called Tiny. It's near Midland, I guess, or in Midland. Pettatanguishene is around that.
I heard
area.
about it. I heard about Pettatanguishene.
Yeah, so yeah, it was nice. It was nice to get away, see the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Like as you know, like that little group that we went with. You know, I've known those guys since like kindergarten, grade 1.
That's dope.
Right. And then there was the your friend, the import, right?
Yeah,
we met him a little bit later, but
he's my departed. He's my guy that I send in to infiltrate.
Mm-hmm. Right. So no, it was nice. Yeah, one of the friends had a trailer. He and his family have a trailer, so the wife was gracious enough to allow the boys to have a weekend. So she let us have her husband for the weekend, and it was nice. Yeah, we went out. It rained one night. We made the best of it. Next day we went out to the beach. Had some good food and laugh, stuff like that.
You guys fish and stuff like that out there? No,
we didn't fish. We didn't do that too much. Like we went to the beach. Like that first day was rainy.
Is it a fishing place?
I mean, you can fish, I guess, right? I'm sure that in that area, people are doing a lot of fishing. Like I think actually I was at the beach and I saw some guy trying to fish. To be honest with you, I was like, "Oh, what's wrong with you, man? Like, don't get caught in my foot. Make sure you handle your reel." Make sure
What's
that stuff
wrong with you,
doesn't,
man?
before I'm like, he catches me. He's like, sorry, brother. Man, you jerk. No, but it was nice, man. Yeah, it was quite like, I actually, I'm a city boy, and Hamilton didn't change me too much from being a city boy. But now it's like, I could get out there and just relax, and not even just to like get away for the weekend type stuff. Like I could just I could just do, especially if I could work from home and do like country boy, bro. I would love to work from home and do country boy, to be honest with you now, which is such a big switch up from kind of previous things. But
when I used to do music more than I do now, I was like, I went to Blue Mountain one time, and I was like, you know what? I could stay out here, man, because I really don't need to. Like, I could just stay out here, bring my equipment, and just make music, just stay here, just produce. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and focus. It allows you to focus a little bit too, man.
Because at that time, like, I didn't really need for much. You know what I mean? I didn't have a store at the time. I was doing music, and I was like, this would just be perfect. Because I'm not the kind of guy who comes out to do stuff. You know what I mean? Like when I was doing music, I was in the dungeon all day, every day. Like, sometimes I didn't see sunshine. You know what I mean? So, and I felt like that, like, I would miss nothing if I was out there, and all I'd be doing was just getting the benefit of just the beauty and the.
Yo, man, hearing the birds chirp, animals scurry by. I don't like animals much, but just seeing the good animal. I see a little chipmunk singing by the tree over there. That kind of thing. Going to the water, pulling up. That stuff is nice, man. I can't. The world slowed down. I think it slowed me right the hell down with it to appreciate some of that shit. And really just be like, some simple things. Simple things are important. Some looking at things that are just right in front of your face. Right? People miss out on the stuff right in front of their face, and that kind of stuff. Like having a basic weekend with like the friends you used to camp with, or used to have sleepovers with. Like fuck, I've known these guys since I was like 6-7 years old.
That's
right?
wild.
People don't understand that when I explain, and you have kind of the same thing, which is like I think we talked about being kind of, our groups kind of melded a little bit, but people don't understand having like friends that are just. I was explaining to a colleague at work today. She was like, "Well, you have friends since you were like in grade school?" I was like, "Well, yeah." She said, "I don't understand."
I don't know if women will understand that.
You think that's a guy thing?
I think it's a guy thing. Maybe I'm super wrong with me saying this right now, but I don't feel like women understand that. I don't think women have friends like that.
Well, right or wrong, we want to talk about this. We got some ratings right here, brother. So, but why do you think that?
No, for some reason.
But for real, yeah.
Like, I don't know any woman that has a friend.
Let's elaborate.
I don't know any woman that has a friend like from back when they were kids.
Like from the jump, like squad up.
And if they do, it's like a family friend, like you know what I mean, like a cousin. A cousin, like a cousin friend, like you know what I mean?
Cousin.
Yeah, like a cousin. But I don't think it's a friend that they chose, like when they went to school and they chose that friend and they're friends now. I don't see it. Maybe it's out there, but I don't see it. Like,
I'm trying to think now. Like friends from high school I see now that I'm looking back at different people that we know from like high school and grade school. Yeah. Like the squad from grade school ain't together anymore too, right? That's another thing, right? I'm trying to think of some grade school female squad. So like, where are y'all at? Number one, I guess that's the question, right?
Is there? I mean, I don't. Okay. So let me think. Yeah, bro. I don't see it. There's no one that I know.
When you first said it, I was like, But then hang on. But is it rare in general? Because remember, some people that are squad now, and this is for guys as well, right?
Mhm.
That's like high school squad. That's like a, you know, one guy, two guys from grade school here, two guys from over here, and then they met up.
Mhm.
So is it just so
Is it rare
does
in
that mean
general?
it's rare in general, and then it's also then even more rare for the females?
Okay, so
Uh,
it's rare.
mhm.
It's rare, but it's super rare for females. I I think.
I think, yeah, it's like family or, yeah, man.
I don't think females keep friends like that. I don't even think females like females like that. I think a female will have a guy friend from grade school more than she'll have a girlfriend from grade school.
Bro, that's a whole nother topic in the damn break room.
Well, this is a slice right here. This is a slice. I I
Right?
I don't think that I don't think females keep friends like that. I don't think they do.
But hang on. Okay, hang on. My daughter has a good squad.
Yeah, your daughter is still a youngin.
Well, yeah, but
Did
then
she hit her 20s
but
yet?
that, yeah,
She,
right. But that means what I'm trying to say is for her to be in this conversation
right.
from now, she has to
Yes.
have a squad. She has to have a squad from the jump. She should have already. These people should have been identified already, and now we're just placing bets on how long they're going to
How
last,
long they're gonna
basically, right?
last?
Right,
How
based on
long
what
they
we're talking about right now. So I'm just putting, because she's got like her BFF is from the jump, and she's still squad.
did they play
So
soccer
like
together or something? No.
uh, after first school,
First
then
school.
soccer,
Mm-hmm.
then soccer, still squad. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's like when she's like, "Hey, can I do this with?" I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yeah, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you're
Mm-hmm.
good. No, you don't. That's
No
a free
question.
card.
Yeah.
That's a free card. That's a free card." So um, you know how it is, right? But because it's from
Mm-hmm.
that one's from jump, and then I mean her squad. Then there's some soccer players. Then there's some soccer folk, right? Because she played soccer for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, and then a couple of, so now she has a mix. So no, I mean she's got one truly from jump, not like seven like we do, kind of, right? Like
Mm.
in the same classroom, all seven of us like doing
Man,
spitballs at the.
you guys are actually deep different though. You guys are super rare.
It's very rare.
You guys are deep differently.
Mm,
Yeah, man.
B-Towne for life, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a
Uh,
tattoo.
Bro, where is it? I don't know. Where are we here? Is that the side? No, that's the other side. It says B-Town. Does that say which one? No, I don't know what side it's on now. Yeah, that says B-Town. My kids have B-Town tattoos. How about that?
No, you guys are deep differently, man. That's
I'm
a
trying to rally the
lot.
other kids. It's a lot of kids. Christmas is fun. We didn't have B-Town Christmas last year. It was the worst.
You guys to all stick around together so tightly for so long. You guys must probably do crack together. No? You guys do crack, no?
uh, no, that's
How could there
crazy
be
shit.
so many of you so deep for so long? You guys do something, man.
Because we don't do crack. That's exactly what it is, man. It's I'm that's hilarious. No, we played board games, a lot of sports, video games. That's what we're built on. That's what we were built on, pretty much, and pure jokes. That's
No,
all.
there's gotta be a little contraband in there.
I mean, it's not crack. I didn't say
No,
there wasn't I didn't say there wasn't contraband. Contraband just wasn't.
no,
It's
there's
just
gotta
like,
be that type of contraband that ties you together. Because if I'm going down, nigga, you going down.
no, no, man. Bunch of good people. It's awesome. It's awesome. So yeah, I can't complain. I can't complain. I'm surrounded by wonderful people. And then because of those people, then the next layer is a good layer of people as well too, right? So that's helpful, especially through this pandemic, right? So that's all. That's good. My pandemic's been fun and exciting, right? So yeah, good for them. Thank God for those folk. We're going to B-Towne for life.
B-Towne.
Yeah, but ain't nothing wrong with your phone. You guys are all right too, man.
Huh?
You guys are all right.
Yeah. Yeah, the SS crew is nice. But you guys are diapers. You guys are diapers. We're not quite diapers. We're like more like junior high.
You're like knickers.
We're knickers. Yeah, we're knickers. But that's kindergarten.
Yeah, some kindergarten, some great. It's either we went to St. Aidan, lived in Bridletown Circle, or like family. One of the two, or one of the how many was that? 3. One of the 3.
Because at kindergarten, I was still in the West End. I was in the West End during kindergarten times. I came to Scarborough grade 4, grade 5. And yeah, like my affiliation with my boys now for me started at like say grade 7.
Right. Did they like you? They didn't like you at first, eh?
I'm not the kind of guy that you don't like. I'm the kind of guy that you want to be on my team, so you like me.
No, that's what I thought about myself. You guys, and they didn't like me at first.
Right? Maybe you weren't as good as you thought.
Well, you guys ended up calling me to be on your team a couple of times when you needed it. So I was all right.
All right.
I remember that day.
Maybe we're just trying to keep you out of trouble. Maybe we're just trying to keep you out of trouble.
I remember that day I had to jog out with you guys to play. What was it? To play the MT guys or whatever. The Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to come in. Well, yeah, I got it. Yeah, man. You guys
yes. That was a fun day, man.
That was a good day, man.
Yeah, we beat them on the basketball court. Then we brought them into the field and we beat them up.
Yeah, man. Yo, running ball back then was just. Where was I? Coming back from the trip, I was coming back with Static, dropping Static off, and we drove and we came by Milliken, and I was like, yo, we used to wake up, we used to be there at like 11, 12 o'clock, and we'd play until dark. Go grab like was it Burger King or no? There's a McDonald's, right? And then a Burger King. There was a Burger King and a
McDonald's.
Burger King
yeah, McDonald's
Burger
right
King
around
was
the
a
corner.
drive.
That's right.
But just straight, and then we would travel. We would travel outside a lot, right? Because B-Towne court was nice. I don't care what anybody say. Everybody can hate on that. B-Towne court was fun. B-Towne court was like playing NBA Jam with like a little bit of turbo on you guys. A little bit of just everybody was just hype, so you could, then you got to humble people because everybody else was hype. Like, no, you don't. Okay, you can do that over there on the rim when nobody's around. Don't try that crazy stuff over here when we're playing, man. And it's funny. I was thinking the other day about inside players inside and players who play outside. In terms of like there are good. I don't even call it street ball players. You know what I mean? It's not street like, right? There's outside and like Dwayne Elder, right? He's a good inside player.
Yeah,
he's not a good outside player. He can't play outside. That's right, Elder. Right? You know what I mean? He's a very good inside player. Outside, he can't handle the elements. There's elements outside. There's wind. There's rocks on the ground. There's trajectory involved and stuff. The wood might be chipped on the backboard. Well, back in art, I don't know if they still have wood backboards. Do they still have wood backboards?
Do they?
I don't know. A nice one so I can remember the 45 degrees. Then we hit the 45 degrees. I was 45 degrees was the shot right there on those weak backboards, bro.
Yeah, you had to know where where the spot on the backboard is that gives. So when you hit the ball on the backboard, the ball just stops.
Dot, boom, done.
But if you hit another certain spot, the ball's gonna boom and bounce off.
Spin.
So you need to
out of bounds.
There's a lot of mathematics you needed to know.
Oh man.
A lot of mathematics you needed to know that you didn't even realize that you were calculating.
But then you're in math class and you're winning, eh? You figured it out. If I put the basketball net here.
What's that? Trigonometry?
Pi.
I said pi.
Yeah, man. But yeah, outdoors was fun, man. Outdoor, and then I think my kids think I exaggerate. But we didn't lose. I don't remember losing a lot of games. Like if me and you went somewhere, like, you know, if we all jumped in the car and we went to go play, right?
No, I played till I sweat. Like what I know about myself is that I played till I sweat. So that means I was always playing.
I don't remember losing too often.
No.
Because
if you lose often,
we play basketball all the time.
If you lose often, you have the experience, right? You know the feeling. I don't know the feeling of losing often. I know the feeling of losing. I'm not gonna lie, and I get mad, but I don't have that mad feeling too often because I know, like, all right, who's next? All right, who's next?
Right.
All right, who's next? That's the feeling I know.
Check up, right? Check up. Let's go. Hurry up.
But I know there's enough men who had experiences where all they're doing is kicking the ball into the field. Regular. Yeah, like I didn't have to kick the ball into the field because I know that I was playing next.
I hear you, man. Whatever. I ain't got nothing to say. That's all. I'm done. I'm done talking about basketball.
Have you? No. Forget. But have you seen the 3-on-3 basketball? Or you haven't seen it yet?
The FIBA?
In the Olympics.
FIBA?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't seen it at the Olympics. I've seen it previous to it. It's different.
Yeah, it's very different. It's very fast. It almost looks like they don't know what they're doing. But then I wonder how come they don't have any
stars or
NBA
professionals.
Players.
Yeah. Because that would be done, but because then it would be done. No. Yeah, then it would be done.
Would it?
I think so.
Would it? But can NBA players even play 3-on-3?
I think better than they can play 5-on-5. That's for sure.
Yeah.
People don't understand because people are surprised about what's happening with US right now. I'm not surprised. I had a friend that was surprised about what was happening here, right? About why the US is losing. And I'm like, first of all, FIBA is different, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think I finally convinced him when I said, listen, Luka Doncic, whatever his name is, right? 19, 20-year-old MVP of the EuroLeague, right?
Yeah.
Then came to the NBA and he's just backhanding people. You can't touch me. You can't touch me. You can't touch me. He's just slapping everybody in relatively speaking.
Right.
MVP candidate. So EuroLeague MVP, Ute, young boy, young buck, comes to the NBA and he's an NBA MVP candidate.
Mm-hmm.
So are you not telling me then that maybe the EuroLeague's all-star team is like pretty wicked? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If this guy can come here and just start slapping people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know who came in second for MVP or third, right? Or who's been the running the league for 10 years.
Yeah.
But there's got to be those people there too.
Who's Luka's like nemesis?
Right?
Who's his challenge? Right.
Yeah. Or who is he looking? Who is he looking up to?
Yes. Yeah. Then they must be somebody too.
Must you think?
Right.
Well, I think.
No, right.
But people don't see that. People don't understand. So now more, number one, more players are starting to play for their countries, or just want to play for a country, right? Because now you're also getting the Canadian with the Jamaican parents going to play for Jamaica or Nigeria or whatever, right? And so now everybody just wants to, now it's part of the thing now. All right, I play NBA or whatever, then I go and I play the Olympics for my squad. So yeah, there's a reason that isn't that why they made the dream team, right? They made the dream team because USA started getting thumped.
Yeah.
And then they said, okay, then they said, hang on, hold on 1 second. We can't be getting thumped. So they had to bring the very, not, top 100 guys. You get 12 of the top 50 maybe. No, they had the 11 top guys and Christian Laettner.
They but again, they don't need no all-star team. All they need is one NBA team to go.
Like a team.
Yeah, all they need is one NBA team to go and they slap up the place.
But they can't, because now there's so many players. There's players from other countries on all the other teams now. Because think about that as well, right? I don't care.
Raptors would beat any team.
No, because no Raptors.
Don't tell me no.
The Raptors would be who? Any team, but their players wouldn't be there. They'd be playing on. They're playing on any
on their home team.
Yeah.
True.
Right. Serge is playing for Africa. That sounds terrible when I said he's playing for Africa.
Where's Serge from?
Congo, maybe.
France.
Oh, sorry, sir. Is he? Oh, sorry, Serge.
Congolese.
We're gonna tag Serge, and I'm gonna apologize. I just want to hear you. I'm gonna apologize, Serge, just so you maybe repost me. I apologize for saying that. He is from Congo. That's the second thing I said, right?
Yeah.
I think. All right. Congo. See, I'm good. I'm good with Serge. Congo it is.
Serge is a good guy, man. I like Serge. He made Kawhi eat penis.
Love.
He made Kawhi eat penis and testicles.
That was a good show still. He's on some different stuff. Serge is a G. Serge
is living his Kuture life.
Serge is living his Kuture life for sure. For sure. That's accurate. 100%. 100%. You know what's funny? I can't believe we haven't really touched the list yet. That's good. I love that shit. So you know how you were talking the other day about putting down, we were talking about not worrying about time, right? So that's where I'm like, I can't believe we haven't touched the list, and I'm not even worried about the list, although I'm looking at the list right now. See how much we've actually covered about the list, because I know we talked about a couple of things. But anyways, just checking. That's wicked. It's true though. Sorry. As I'm thinking through, and as we're moving forward, I'm like, they're like, personally, and I guess we've talked about dropping the whole video, but personally, I think we're doing I think we smashed this first fucking hour basically with good content. If that's what I feel in my mind. But last show I thought sucked, and ended up thinking that last show I thought sucked live. I told you,
yeah,
right. But then I loved it after. So personally, we're talking about some good stuff. But anyways, sorry to interrupt.
You know what? What the funny thing is in this shit where you're involving the world is that what you may think may resonate may not be the shit that resonates. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for instance, a client came in today and just randomly he's like, I'm just working and trying to save up some money because I want to buy some stuff so I can start a podcast. Right? So I'm like, oh, sick, cool,
Funny,
that's dope.
Funny you say that.
Funny you say that.
Yeah.
Podcast. Well, I'm just trying to get through these haircuts today so I can go home and so then I said, do you listen to podcasts? He goes, yeah. And then I said, well, who do you listen to? Like, which podcast do you even listen to? Because now this he's probably like 18, 18, 19. So I'm trying to get a feel of what he's all about, or like what it is that he would listen to. So he told me that there's a podcast called Fit. Is it Fit and Fresh? Fresh and Fit. Let me see. Hold on a second. Fresh and Fit. Right. So as we got to talking, and I was like, okay, so you plan on doing your podcast. What is it gonna be about? And he started telling me that it's gonna be about this and it's gonna be about that. And he goes, and it might be about politics. And he goes, nah, no politics, because it's not gonna be enough clickbait, if I talk about politics. And I go, well, hold on.
Right.
You don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know.
It's true.
Because what you're doing right now is you're telling me what you think that your friends might be interested in listening to you talk about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I say, if you're doing this, if you're planning on creating this podcast to entertain your friends, you got the wrong thing coming.
True.
Because your friends ain't gonna listen to your podcast.
Right.
Your friends ain't gonna support your podcast.
You're right.
Nothing that you do, your friends are going to be about. You know what I'm saying? I said to him, you need to go into this thing thinking that you're doing this for the world, not for your friends. Because if you're doing this for your friends, you'll be sadly disappointed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I said, you don't know that if you sit there and talk about politics, who in the world might look and say, yo, there's a young black boy here sitting here talking about politics. Let me check this out. You don't know how trendy that might be to something. You don't know.
Right.
But you're thinking about your friend group, and you know that they probably won't click in because you're talking about politics. But you're thinking about the wrong thing. You're thinking about 20 people when you need to be thinking about 1 billion.
Yeah, because if you shoot for the billion,
you just don't know.
Shoot for the stars, you might land on the moon.
There you go. So as we were watching the podcast, the Fresh and Fits, I said, let me play it so I can hear what they're about. And I go, look, these guys have their niche right now, but you never, like, when they started, they were probably like a prank podcast.
Right.
They're probably a prank podcast, and then ended up doing one skit with when they're talking to women about their life, and that probably took off, and they're like, okay, we need to stick to this.
Right. Was it women in the barbershop?
So that sounds fun.
I pay attention, man. Sorry.
Yeah. So, and you're saying, man, as you're saying, like, you just never know what may hit, what may stick. You know what I mean? You think that you know, but you just don't know. Right? Like here we go. What's his name? From Amazon.
Bezos
is selling books. Bezos is selling books. Yeah. Now he's got a grocery store. Now you can you know what I mean? He was selling books. You don't know what's gonna hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I can buy a roller coaster ride in space. It's coming from, all right? I can do a roller coaster in space.
Bezos is selling books. You just don't know what's gonna hit.
It's crazy. Yeah, you never know how people are gonna see things. I mean, regardless if it's gonna hit or not, right? Hit to get big, I guess, technically, but you never know what's going to kind of just hit somebody in the face and say, "Oh, that's interesting." That how do you grab people, I guess, and make them kind of understand on some certain level, right? Because it's more for the people that aren't too judgy, right? You just got to see it. You know what I mean? You just see things in different ways and adjust. I mean, because like you talk about Bezos adjusted. He's adjusted a couple of times in his life. I would think, right? seen a couple of things and, been able to parlay that into something a little bit positive for himself. So at one point he was just some guy ish, relatively speaking, right?
Yeah.
And now he's doing roller coasters to space.
We all seen the little meme where he's in his garage on his door. The door is his desk and it says Amazon.
Yeah.
Don't troll me with that shit. I get so mad when I see that shit.
Well, you can't, but you can't hate it, right?
No, you definitely can't hate it. You can't hate it. You gotta appreciate a dream coming to fruition.
Right.
You definitely gotta appreciate a dream coming to fruition. And like even for instance with me, when I said that I'm opening up my store in the location that I said I'm opening it up in, I tell people I'm opening up a store at McCowan and this one block south of 16th Avenue, and they're like, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why would you open up a store there?
When you think about it, yeah.
And I see it. I know what's going on. I know what I have. Right. Are you dumb? Why would nobody goes there in that area?
Yeah.
I go, they're gonna come for me.
If you build it,
they're gonna come for me.
If you build it, they will come, yo.
Nobody's coming for you, bro.
Right.
But I knew. All I knew is that all I needed was for someone to experience me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone who's never experienced me before to experience me, and I knew that that's all that needed to happen.
It's sometimes it's that simple.
But people don't see for you what you see. You know what I mean? And you're only blessed. You're blessed when you have someone that sees for you what you see for yourself, or when they see more for you than what you see for yourself. You know what I mean?
That's a big one.
But it's rare that we have friends that see for you what you see for yourself. And it's not because they don't love you. It's because they just they don't see it. You know what I mean? And they don't want you to like fuck yourself up.
And you know what? It shouldn't, like, sometimes I feel like it shouldn't. Sometimes you have friends where it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter what it is that you are passionate about, what you want to push towards. They just need to be behind that. They just need to be behind you. As long as you're not doing some stupid shit, right? And if they're the expectation, then because they're such good friends, if you're doing some stupid shit, then they're gonna check you. But if you're on something and you're doing something for the right reason, whatever that reason is, that's my reason, and then my friend should be able to just say, go on with it, Bennett. All right, I got you. Whatever it is, I'll support that.
That's it. That's the part right there. It's not even go on with it. It's like, how can I help you fuck your life up?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because even if they're thinking, you're on a fucking wrong move, bro.
Yeah.
How can I help you? How can I help you fuck it up? You know what I mean? And if it pans out, then it pans out. But it's like the ride or die. You know what I'm saying? But it's like people don't want you to take your risks. People don't want you to take your risks because they're thinking like, I wouldn't do that.
Yes.
I wouldn't do that.
But people put people, you can't put your own expectations on people for nothing. Expectations are a motherfucker, yo. You can't. That kills so many things. Like, you cannot. Like, I think in a certain way. Some people call me an overthinker, but I also think I think differently. I think I have depth to that, to thought, and I try to get a little bit deeper, and I don't know, man. People just need to realize that you can never really see somebody the way that they see themselves, right? You can't, like, nobody can. You can't put yourself in anybody's shoes, really. You can appreciate their experiences, you can see their experiences, you can I can do what I think is best to help you, kind of, sort of, that makes sense. But I can never see it the exact. So I just say that in terms of those expectations are just, you can't, all I can worry about is the expectations that I have on myself and how that reacts. I can't control anything about that with other people. I can't control anything that has to do with any of that stuff. So it's just I'm focused on not worrying about other people's reactions, because then they have their own expectations and then you can never see it the same way that they do. That's for you to experience. You experience life the way you experience life. Don't let me get in the way of that, you know? And I found that since I've been able to do that a little bit more, then it's just, I feel it more, you get more connected with people that way, I think, right? Let them be them.
You know, sorry, go ahead.
No.
As you're saying what you're saying, man, you bring me to a place where I'm thinking about a conversation that I have with someone and just talking about, you know, like when you're saying you can't see for someone what they see for themselves, you know what I mean? Like this person was telling me that they lived with someone, they lived with their family member, right? And their family member did this for them. Their family member did that for them. The family member did this for them while they lived together. And the family member did this for them. Right? And then they got into a conversation that was pretty like intense. And and that family member that was doing this and this and this and this and that and this and this and that for them thought that they were doing everything for them. Right? But the person says, yo, you didn't ask me what I want, because everything that you were doing for me, I didn't even need that shit. Or you were buying groceries. You're buying groceries. You're doing this. You're doing that. You don't know that I ate before I come home. Like I don't even come home and eat. Like, yeah, you think you're doing things for me, but you're not doing nothing for me. Why don't you ask me what I need? If you're saying that you want to help me, you've never asked me what I need. You're just doing stuff that you think that I need. You're thinking that you're assisting me, but you're not assisting me.
I hear that, bro.
Ask me. Ask me what I need.
You
know what I mean? And like in regards to like you're saying, like what we're talking about with our friends and whatnot, and helping us to get where we want to go, or support. Maybe your friends think that they're supporting you, but they've never asked you, what kind of support do you need?
It could be simple.
It could be simple. And they may be doing a whole bunch of different other stuff thinking that they're supporting you. Be like, I don't even need that. That's not what I need from you. What I need from you is this. Please.
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 Right. No, but for real, it's true, man. People sometimes think that they are doing the most, and what you really need is something so basic. And what you really need is something, if you could have said it to them, right? They would have just said, oh,
that?
Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it thrice. You know, I'll do it thrice for you.
I could have done that.
Yeah. If only. If only. And that's where it has to be more, people have to check themselves a little bit more, I think, and just, you can't put yourself in anybody else's shoes. You can try it, but why as well, right? What am I going to do? Justify your thinking to you? You know what I mean? Like, okay, I don't have time for that stuff. So that's why I just try to stay in, the proverbial lane, I guess, right? That they say, and worry about what I can control. Worry about what's in front of me, right? You can be walking right beside me, and if you trip up, I'll help you get back up into your lane, right? but I'm not going to jump in your lane and take it over for you. You know, we're good. And that's where everybody is able to fully express themselves and be the, you know, person that they want to be from that perspective. And that's when you can then say, all right, if that's what you want to be, then I don't want to be around that. Right? Because now you're letting somebody just be them. And when you're allowing somebody to be them, then they do what they think is the most. And that freedom for some people, they can't handle. Right? So.
Yeah. I was just saying that, like, communication is something that I'm trying to learn. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big communicator, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an internalizer. I'm internal, and I'm chill. Like, I can just deal with almost anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
So where did you go?
I'm listening, yo. I got you, bro. Don't worry. Put my face up on this.
I was just getting ready to communicate, man.
Technology, sorry, man. I'm getting my beer in for the good story. Hang on, hold that. See, I apologize. See that. Oh, we got to write that down, man. We got to write that down for our feedback session. Don't get up in a good story. You know what the truth is. You better. Okay, so first,
blah 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 blah.
No. First of all, remember what you were talking about. Second of all, I actually consciously thought about that earlier. I was about to get up, and then maybe I should just figure out a way to not get up and put a little Heineken cooler bag under my.
Ooh, this sounds like it's gonna be good. I'm gonna get me a Heineken.
But that's what I thought in my head, to be honest with you. If you want to be totally honest, I was like, all right, man, hang on, let me grab. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get back. And now I really hope that you remember how held that thought, bro. So what do you got for me?
Okay, yeah. So when Phil Jackson called the timeout, and he said to Scotty, like, we're gonna make Tony Kukoc take the shot. Scotty was like,
wait a second. This is what I waited for, bro? This story?
What are you talking about?
This is a bad Scottie Pippen story? See, I judged you. I judged, man. Sorry, I gotta let you get through your story. This was the theme of everything that we just talked about for the last 2 minutes.
Hold on a second.
All right, let's go. Tony Kukoc was going to take the shot.
Is this
Scottie Pippen?
Tony Kukoc, what are you talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Let's go, man.
All right. So, where was I? Yes. So I was talking about communication.
And then Phil Jackson took the timeout.
Phil Jackson, where'd he come from?
You told me. He was talking to Tony Kukoc.
Okay, so there's Heineken.
Yep.
There was Heineken. There was communication. I was saying that I'm not a communicator.
Yes.
But why was I saying that? I was saying that because... Why was I saying that? You were talking about...
We were talking about it being important.
Very important. Yes. So communication is important, and that is a cliche.
Cliche for what? Cliche for Heineken?
Communication is important, and that is a cliche, but it is important because it helps you get through shit.
Yeah.
It helps you get through shit.
Yes.
I'm an internalizer, and I'm not much of a speaker. And I will deal with all this shit. I will just take it and I'll deal with it. But I realize that communicating makes you a lot lighter. Communicating makes you lighter.
That's true.
You can fly when you communicate.
And you don't find you're a good communicator? No, like, really?
No.
But aren't you? Why not? Tell me why.
Because I just keep shit in, and I just keep shit to myself, and I'm like, all right, cool. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do it.
Cool. All right. Cool. Whatever. Cool. I never say Whoa. Okay, yo, now that's crazy.
Right.
What you're saying is crazy. What you did is crazy.
Right.
I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? But what I've come to learn is that communicating just lightens the load. You know what I mean? It allows you to be free. It makes you say, it gives you the opportunity to say, okay, that's not cool. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? I don't like to. I'm not a conflict guy. I don't come face to face with conflict often.
I was about to ask you that. Yeah.
I'm not a conflict guy. You know what I mean? I'd rather be like, all right, cool, than deal with a conflict.
But do you think conflict is, so not being a conflict guy, do you think did you have to change the way that you approached it? Right? Because I find that there's people that will always jump on you no matter what, right? They enjoy conflict. They always have to have the differing opinion. So did you have to adjust that, or do you find yourself just around more people now through your Kuture life that just has brought you around different people, a different circle of folk, or is it a little bit of both?
No, it's what it is having the conversations with the people that I have internal conflict with. Having the conversations, just having the conversations so that you can free up yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Having the conversations, whereas before, if there's conflict, I wouldn't address it.
That's it. Right.
I wouldn't address it. You know what I mean? But having conflict, having the conversations with people allows you to be free, because there was a time where there was all these conflicts in my head that I didn't address. But just for the sake of not having a conflict, I'm just keeping them and I'm holding them. But guess what happens? I walk around with a head full of conflict, bro.
Yeah.
A head full of, this is all in my head. And after the point where I had all the conversations with all the conflicts that I had, there was no more conflict in my head. Because it just emptied out. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Boom, conversation. I wasn't a conversational guy, but I learned that I had to have the conversations to free myself and lighten my load. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you have to. It's still a learning process, though. You know what I mean? Still a learning process. Yeah. But I do understand that there's a process that I need to go through to allow myself the freedom that I want, the freedom of stress, the freedom, just really
freedom of mind, almost, right?
Freedom of mind. That's all there is to it. That's it.
Yeah.
Freedom of mind. Sometimes sometimes this kind of inhibits the things that I want to say. What's it called?
It happens. It happens. No, I hear you, man. It's just a way to look at it, and freedom of mind is the most important. I found that there's also there's things that I had to do to, not necessarily a meet in the middle, in certain situations. Like, you don't always have to compromise with people, like half and half, 50-50. You don't always have to give, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But you got to find a sweet spot, and everybody's is different, but you always don't have to be resistant to it as well. Right. So if I've learned to be less resistant to the maybe the level that other people might be at in that being able to communicate, or just handle the communication, even handle somebody just saying to you, like I had a conversation with a good friend the other day, and like, when I say it's a good conversation now, right, it's because I can look back at it. But me and this friend argued on the telephone for like we don't even argue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
we don't even argue. And they had called me, and I don't know, whatever, fucking the stars were in alignment, the retrograde or whatever was happening, whatever, however that stuff works. And we argued on the phone for like 10 minutes. But then I remember saying, you know, this is what is pissing me off, right? Just to actually get to because the first part was just back and forth, right? A little bit. And then I was like, this is what's pissing me off. And then they heard what was pissing me off. And then we started talking it through. Okay, all right, okay. And just listening. And at one point, I remember I think each of us were like, well, we're going to agree to disagree. But then we kept talking a little bit more. Right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the conversation, it was like, all right, you know, big up, we're good here. You know, I remember saying, I think, maybe I'm paraphrasing, but it was like, good thing we talked that out. We talked it out through. It could have ended differently. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they were able to handle the conversation, whether I thought they were right or wrong, or we were gonna. It was I still have to stand down a little bit, even if I can't be 100% right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like when all things are equal, maybe I was 97% right. So let me just stand down.
97 is fair. 97 is fair. Like
right?
I know you. You're 97% of the time.
Yeah, man. I give up the due, right? And
yeah.
But point being, the communication was key, right? And if we didn't decide to just, like I said, the conversation could have ended, and whatever, you know, we're talking about two grown men, and you know, we'll probably be laughing about something the next day regardless. But I felt good at the end of the conversation, just being like, all right. And you could see that they gave a little bit, right? I gave a little bit. They gave whatever they wanted to give, and I gave whatever I felt like to give in the situation, but both people gave a little bit. And that's when the world gets a little bit better, I guess. So that's a good thing.
Communication is big, and I know that it offers freedom, and we're not taught to communicate. And you know, even as men, sometimes, you know, like the cliche is kind of like, if you talk, you're soft. You know, you communicate, you're weak. You know, that's some bitch shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's the pathway to freedom, bro.
I think so.
It's the pathway to freedom.
I definitely think so. I think it's important. I think if you don't do it, it's all, like you said, it's all stuck inside you, right? And you know, and sorry, you got to do it in terms of, like I said, you can't have expectations of whatever other people are going to think. So it can't matter. It can't matter. As long as you do it, you have to do it in a respectful manner. You know, you got to communicate it well. Like if you're completely a poor communicator, and you're just like, you know what, you were fucking right. Like, that's okay. Let's get over that shit. Let's communicate this properly. Like I said, let's give a little. Let's stand down. Let's give it a little bit of a go. But communication is important.
So what you got going on this weekend?
This weekend is just nothing. Barbecue Sunday, right?
Ah, yes. Oh, I wish. My uncle's got a
family. You got some family stuff, right?
My uncle has a 70th birthday dinner that day. Oh, I wish it fell on a different day, man. That'd have been nice. I wanted to go, man. I was looking forward to this thing, man.
Everything will be fine, man.
I'm looking
Everything will be
forward
fine.
to it.
You know how it goes. The world works how the world works, right?
Yeah, my uncle has a 70th birthday party. I wish I could be able to attend that party, that barbecue. I had a good time I had a good time last year.
Yeah.
I mean, every year I have a good time. Every year I have a good time. But it was especially nice last year because we were just coming out of we were just kind of a little bit freed up now from the pandemic and from the quarantine that we're in. You know what I mean? So we thought, didn't know that we were going to get back into it harder than ever. But nonetheless, we got to.
That was the time. That was the time at the time.
Soul Fresh Sundays.
Well, DJ Che Lasso.
He came by the shop today, dropped off 2 tank tops for my brother. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, man, it'll be a good time. But don't worry. You'll be there in spirit. And who knows? What time
eat some vegan food for me.
Maybe.
Nah,
can I put it on my burger?
Can I put a little relish? Put some relish on my burger.
Yeah, man. I'll put a little bit of vegan on my jerk pork.
You're not gonna do that, man.
You asked me. Oh, no. You know what? Honestly, recently, I'm eating a little bit better. I'm eating a little bit healthier. I not for reasons of anything else. I just don't. I couldn't do vegan. I don't, and maybe it's more I don't want to do.
Vegan. Don't say you couldn't. Just say want
you're
to.
Right. Well, I did. Right. Well, I did. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to. There's certain things that I do enjoy, so I have to make sure that because I enjoy them, I have to enjoy them the right way, and everything is in moderation, regardless. So it's just, yeah, I need my certain types of meals. Makes me feel good inside.
And that's the thing that we deal with in life is the fact that we know that there's things that cause us issues, but because we love these things, we won't give them up and deal with the issues that we get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are we still talking about food?
It's relative, man. It's just all relative. You know what I mean? It's all relative. Even if it's relationships, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like some of us, we know we love our wives. We love our wives, but we're not willing to give up the foolishness. You know what I mean? And it's not that we don't love our wives more than the foolishness, but it's like sometimes we just, the foolishness. You know what I mean? When you look back and you're like, fuck the foolishness, man. And your wife will never believe that you loved her as much as you loved her. Or your girlfriend or your spouse or whoever it may be.
Your partner.
But it's just, you're just so caught up in the foolishness.
Right.
That there's no way that you can explain, like, you don't even know how much I love you. You know what I mean? I love my life, but I'm not willing to give up the things that are detrimental to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know I got diabetes, but I can't stop eating this sugar. I'm not willing to give up this sugar because I love the sugar so much, but you know that the sugar is what's going to be detrimental to your situation.
Right. Yeah,
we're not willing to sacrifice. A lot of times we're just not willing to sacrifice for the bigger picture. You know what I mean? And then we realize the things that we're not willing to sacrifice are so minuscule and meaningless.
Right.
You know, so like, for instance, like get back to the conversation of veganism again. Like for me, the only reason I'm vegan is because I love my life more than I love food. That's the only reason. I love my life more than I love food. And I love food.
Yes. I mean, that's a way to look at it, man. You can't look at it. technically, I guess you should not look at it any other way, right?
That's all it is to it. I just love my life and the prospect of me living more than I love food. And not to say that there's people that haven't eaten meat and live for 100 plus or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a thing.
Yeah.
But when we talk about gambling and taking odds and whatnot, if I go down, it's not going to be because of my diet.
If you eat a raw fruit, wrong like a dead fruit, some bad.
You want bad fruit.
Some bad fruit,
Eat some
too bad fruit.
Eat some fermented fruit.
Yeah, there's something in the veggie, There's a little something in the veggie. They didn't wash the veggie right, bro. So,
well, I'm still a novice, man. Don't worry. One day I'm gonna give up this. I'm gonna give up the alcohol. But if I give up the alcohol, that means I have to give up the podcast.
Is that vegan wine, yo?
Yeah, it wasn't strained through fish filter.
Why would you have to give up the podcast? This is the only way you can do the podcast. That's how much trouble you have with communicating. You need to drink to communicate. Is that what you're saying?
If you only knew.
It's funny. Earlier, I was thinking this guy's not like a drinker. Hey, you don't drink. But then you told me the champagne story. So I don't know. I mean, like, maybe we got some stuff in the background. Where's the other fridge? Where's the good fridge? You ain't show nobody the good fridge. Where's the good fridge, bro? Shit.
Yeah. So this is the weekend that I would be usually back in the days. I'd be cutting hair from like the morning until like from like 9 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning till like 3 in the morning.
This is it. These are people like standing down the street when you used to cut in the
This is
basement.
the weekend. This is the
line
weekend
up outside.
That I'll be getting people ready for their Caravana.
Haircut. Oh well, it's crazy. There ain't no Caravana again. What's this? 2 years now. Last time I went to Caravana was lit. I thought because there was a time, I guess when we were younger, we used to go to Caravana all the time, and then it got like it's a novelty, right? It's Toronto people going to Caravana. And at some point it became just okay, it's Caravana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like I know people coming from all around the world to check Caravana, right?
Yeah.
But it's like it's like the CN Tower, it's like Niagara Falls, stuff like that. Like people are
taking it for granted.
All of their money to come to Niagara Falls or come see the CN Tower, and yes, we take it. It's like it ain't nothing, anyways. Yeah, Caravana is it's a weekend. It's historically a fun weekend, and Chase barbecue will be good this weekend too. So yeah, it's an interesting. It's hot up in the 6.
When you talk about people coming from all over the world, I remember matter of fact, every Caravana weekend, I always had family members coming.
Yeah.
To stay at my house. Like that's the weekend. Like I'm sleeping in the basement on the floor, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Caravana weekend, I'm sleeping in the basement on the floor. I don't even know if I vacuumed the floor properly because I just finished cutting hair all day. But nonetheless, I'm sleeping in the basement on the floor. I remember one year, my dad had a friend come up with her son, and they stayed with us from New York. And brought him to Caravana. This time Caravana is on University. All right.
Back.
Yeah. Good times, man. Good. University was lit.
People don't even know. Kids these days.
We went to Caravana, and that day. Where you go, man?
All right, I'm back.
We lost the dude, bro.
No, I'm here. My back. You can see me, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So I went to Caravana with the woman's son. Them times I'm probably like 13.
All right.
I'm probably like 13. He's like 15. He's from New York. And we took the train down, the bus down. We took the bus down, then the train down, bus to Finch Station, and then the train down to was it University? No. What's the stop?
St. Andrews guy. No, not St. Andrews.
St. George. No.
Whatever, man.
Anyways.
Yes. Sherburne.
No, it was University. University.
Osgood.
Osgood. It was either Osgood or University. One of those two. But anyway, when you get out the train, as soon as you get out the train, you hear the bass.
Broadview.
Like you come out the train and you hear the bass from outside, just thumping. Dum, 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 dum. And I remember that back then it was Shabba Rankins was killing it. Oh my God. Vibes. Anyways, I'm doing my caravan thing. I'm 13. I'm with my cousins and my friends, and we're and that woman's son. Long story short, it's time to go home. Where's Gareth? Where's Gareth?
You better be on a float. He's watching him down. He's on a float, yo. No.
Yo, spend about 2 hours looking up and down University Avenue for this guy. And I was like, you know what? I gotta go home.
Yeah.
I gotta go. Yo, I can't stay out here no more.
Sacrifice.
Yo, I gotta go home.
I'm gonna get in trouble if I don't get home on time.
Yeah. Because now I'm thinking about me getting in trouble for just not being home. So boom, we get back on the train and like, yo, what the hell is Gareth? Oh my God. Get to Finch Station. I see Gareth walking like back and forth. I'm like, Gareth, yes, Gareth, yes. Bro, because all I know is that like now I'm not dead anymore.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm like, how did you get here? How did you know? He's like, I just remember where I came and I just how back. I'm like, where did you get money?
Canadian money.
Yeah, where did you get Canadian money to get up?
Oh shit.
Yeah. You know what? That was like I won the lottery. That right there, when I saw him in Finch Station walking.
That's a very good. That's life-saving, clearly. Literally life-saving.
He's like, I remembered all the stops when I was. He must have been autistic. He must have been autistic because I don't know how the hell he got back to Finch Station.
Attention to detail.
And then at 15, I need that son. That's the son I need.
Yeah.
I need the type of son that could get lost in New York and find his way back to the train station where he started. That's the type of son I need in my life. Fitzy, I love you. I know you can do it.
But that doesn't happen to me. Big trips.
I know you can do it.
Yeah, you got a big trips.
I think we'll end up in Atlanta.
Well, that's not Idaho. Yeah, Idaho. You're the bus to Idaho. But yeah, no, kids don't do that these days though. Kids can't handle that kind of stuff.
Bam! There's that. There's even that right there.
There's
even that right there. Right? There's that right there.
When I was like 8, I could take the subway, the TTC like front to back. Like I'd be allowed to, first of all, because I had places. We clearly must have had places to go, people to see if I had to jump on something to get somewhere.
At that age, yeah.
Right, and yeah, the bus. I used to take the bus all the time. Like I can maneuver it. Kids don't. I don't think kids do that nowadays.
They don't.
Right.
But for instance, I taught my son how to use a bus from he was like 9, maybe 10.
Because you thought it was important.
Because I thought it was important, and because I'll tell you the reason why. I used to bring him to school on the bus every Monday, right? Because he spends the weekends with me, and I don't drive. I don't drive.
Right.
So I would take the bus with him from Markham to Warden and St. Clair. All right. So he knows the route. Like we do it. We do it every week, right?
Yeah.
So now there's one summer, Coach McNeely was having a basketball camp. Right. I've now started my open up my barbershop. So now I can't bring him to basketball camp anymore. I can't bring him to basketball camp because I'm working, but he wants to go, and I want him to go because I want to, you know what I mean? At this point, I wanted to play basketball, and he wanted to go because he loves basketball. But I'm like, I can't bring you. So if you want to play, you want to go to this camp, you guys have to get there by yourself because your mom's not going to leave her house down to come up to come bring you to basketball. You know what I mean? She's not going to do it because he spends his summers with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach you how to get I'm going to teach you how to get to basketball. We'll say he's 10 years old.
Yeah.
Right? So boom. First day, I bring him on the bus with me. This is how you get there. You got it? Yeah, I got it.
Got it.
All right. Next day, I'm like, all right. You're on your own.
Day 2, guy?
Day 2.
That's pressure.
But remember, we take the bus every
all
week.
The time.
All the time. So he's smart enough. He knows.
He gets the bus.
And I know, and I'm confident enough in him.
You have to explain the bus to him.
Right.
The bus.
Right. Yeah. It's not like he's the first time on the bus. It's the first time just going by himself to this particular place. Right. So then the next day I sent him on his own. But this time I had a car that I was able to use.
Right.
So I put him on the bus. All right, see you. But I followed him. I think I was in the car following behind the bus. You know what I mean? And then he got off and he made his way to basketball camp because he wants to go to basketball camp. And then when it's time to come home now, I'm at home. And then coach calls me, Coach McNeely, hey man, you picking him up? I'm like, nah, put that nigga on the bus. He goes, are you sure? I'm like, put him on the bus because I ain't coming from. I'm actually working right now.
By the time he gets,
I didn't tell his mom that I'm doing this. If I told his mom I'm doing this, I would probably be in jail right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I trusted him because I trusted him. Like I trusted who he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I trusted the world.
Yes.
People are like, how did you put your son in that situation? Why would you do that? Do you not see that people are like kidnapping people? I go, I believe that there are more people in the world right now willing to help a child than hurt the child.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So even if he was having issues, I say, hey man, if you get a little bit confused, ask the bus driver, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm stupid, but it's just the way I feel is that there's more people willing to help you than hurt you.
But that's how we all came up. Like back to what we were talking about originally, right? Is kids these days, it's different because everybody's talking about these things, but you're absolutely like, look at the things that we experience. Like we went through all that shit. We went through all these different things. And maybe it's because, I don't know, is it because we didn't watch the news that we didn't hear about all this stuff all the time? I don't know. I watched the news as a child, as a kid growing up. My mom's watched the news. I watched the news. There's only like one TV in the house, It wasn't like I had Netflix and stuff like that. News was on, gosh darn it. Right. So yeah, I think there are more good people in the world. And if people kind of bought into that, I guess, in general, right? And there's too too many people worried about stupid stuff, right? Like we're worried about the wrong things.
People worried about the wrong things. That's what I believe.
And
but I mean, I'm stuck in that too sometimes. But
more bits and pieces than a lifestyle, right? Like, you know, anything else is just a break from what you're trying to do, because we're not all perfect, because we all have opportunities and there's things that we can do better for sure. You know, it's like what you do, it's what you're trying to do 100% of the time and what you're able to do like 98% of the time. You know what I mean? As long as you're trying to do it 100% of the time, go for it. But there's people that aren't worried about that. It would be the world's an easy place, man. Like you see it, and that's where you see it, is when you buy into that, or you and I buy into that, or people around us buy into that. You see that just by giving a little bit, right? Opening up a little bit, talking a little bit, being open to conversation, a little give and take, right? There's a little give and take in everything. But some people just think it's all take, and that's the problem with the world, is that whatever you take, you got to put back a little bit. It doesn't have to be equal all the time. It doesn't, like I said earlier, it doesn't have to be 50-50. A little something, man.
So
it's time. Yo, it's 11:30, eh? Sorry, go on.
I want you to tell me about what do you remember about this weekend coming up? What do you remember about Caravana?
That's the funniest question you've asked me in a long time. I'll say my answer. Okay,
do you remember your first experience at Caravana?
First?
Who did you go with?
I always went with the crew.
So your first time you ever went was with the crew, not with your parents or nothing like that?
So back in the day, I have a lot of family in like the DC area, Washington, DC area.
Yeah.
And that used to be the run. Like, so all my cousins used to come up for Caravana when they were like in, 20, 21. I was actually telling one of their kids about this the other day. I was like, yeah, man, what are you talking about? They used to come up here all the time. All the time they were here. Anyways, but I didn't even really go too tough with them back in the day. It wasn't really until I was, I don't know, yeah, in probably grade 8, grade 9, something. I don't remember to answer your question, no, I don't remember my very first experience. The first experience I remember.
Okay, go ahead.
Is that year we all went with the jerseys, yo. So we all, one year there was a bunch of us, and we all had our own NBA jersey. That was, we were like, yo, if you're coming with us, if you're rolling with us, you're wearing a jersey.
NBA jersey.
So that was us. That was us that year. Was those guys in the NBA jerseys. That whole crew, it was like, 10 of us, all NBA jerseys. That was the first. We were must have been in high school at that point in time, because we had the NBA jerseys. But yeah,
I have no jersey. I had a mesh marina with a red, gold, and green stripe.
Green. Did have a pocket?
No pocket. This one mesh marina with a red, gold, and green stripe. Blah, blah, blah.
No, man. You have to have a pocket. That needs a pocket. Pockets are gangster sometimes. You need a pocket on something like that.
Yo, if somebody has a marina with a pocket on it, gangster.
Yo, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man.
Gangster. Yeah, yo, anybody walking on the street with a marina, with a mesh marina.
Yeah, with a pocket.
And a pocket, I'm not talk to them. Whatever. Yeah. All right. Yo, peace. Yo, easy. You got it.
Yo, sounds like you might need we should make some mesh marinas for the people, man. With the pocket.
Yo, whatever, you got it.
You got it. That's you. That's yours.
That's it's yours, man.
Yours. Let me get that. Let me get that for you. No, but I mean, Caravan is an interesting weekend when in reflection. I've had a lot of fun at Caravana for a lot of years. Caravana is usually a real party week. So I guess we can say that. Caravana is usually a very big party weekend.
Okay. You got to the parade.
Yeah.
You and your crew.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you bubbled upon a woman or a gal?
Of course. I'm like, what is this bubble you talk about? What are you talking about?
What is this? What is this bubble you speak of?
What is this bubble? Bubble? COVID? COVID.
Disney?
No, but you don't know. You don't go in the bubble. You don't know. That's not how COVID, man. You gotta put your mask on and shit, man. First, I don't remember. Again, maybe I'm old. I just don't remember these things. So no.
How could you not remember this? This was like you're like.
Well, because what the truth is, back in the day, I wasn't much of a bubbler in terms of soca wasn't my thing back in the day.
No, okay, but they were playing. Okay, so for instance, back then, in the beginning, it was Caravana, right?
And it was a reggae float.
I never heard soca in Caravana. All I did was follow the reggae float.
Reggae float, yep.
So, I mean, yeah, you talk about.
Okay, sure.
I didn't listen to soca. I didn't hear soca. I was just following the reggae flow wherever it went. I was like, a magnet.
Soca grew on me, man. Soca, I love my soca now.
You love soca now? Good for you.
Now, now, man. Don't let's giddy up, man. Like soca's, I mean, it's not number one, but soca is like soca give me superpower, right? Something like that. That's how the song goes, right?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Give me power. No, I remember
stop it, man.
At university, is following the float, and I don't know, maybe 13, 14, and people are just bubbling, and I just found myself behind one big old man, and I just started bubble. Yeah. And I just lean back and I look over at my friends and I'm like, look at me. I'm doing it. Yo. And like my hands are like this. My hands are like this. I'm like holding the body and the body's like this big. And I'm like, you ever see them like them dance hall t-shirts with like the man with the skinny man dancing with the big body, Yo, I was dancing with this big old man. I was like, I think that is where my life turned for the worst.
That's where it changed. That's a point. That's a nexus event. That was a joy. Yeah, I hear you, man. Caravana. I think it's just a Caravana thing. Big things happen on Caravana weekend, right?
That is the weekend. I feel like
if you don't have a Caravana story, if you're from Toronto and don't have a Caravana story, you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem.
I feel like there is a demographic of people in this city that the year begins and ends on August, that long weekend of August. It's not January 1st. It begins long weekend August and then ends and starts back then. That is the beginning of the year. Then people count down the whole entire year until that weekend.
Yeah.
You know that weekend brings in the most money into this city.
Any weekend and anything
next to Christmas, maybe not more than Christmas.
I think,
but that weekend generates
coming into Toronto. I think it's the highest generating.
It generates the most money in this
tourism
city
and stuff.
Yes, next to Christmas. There's no other time in the year that generates as much money as that time. That weekend, that Caravana weekend. We used to call it Caravana weekend.
Who doesn't call it Caravana? There's people that don't call it Caravana. What do you call it?
I mean, if there's people that don't call it Caravana, I don't know who they are.
Right.
I don't know who they are. I've learned that there's a set of people that call it Veld weekend now. Is it Veld?
I heard Veld is lit still. I think it's Veld. Is Veld on? Is that on this weekend? Like, can you still get tickets for that?
So I don't even know what this long weekend is called. What is this long weekend actually called? I don't even know.
Long weekend.
No, every weekend has a long week. Every long weekend has a name, but this one.
No, because this is the shitty holiday.
Is it?
Yeah, this isn't like a Canadian holiday. This is like an Ontario holiday. Some shit like that.
Yeah, well, all I know is that this one is Caravana weekend, and as far as I know, like everybody knows that it's Caravana weekend.
That's what I tell people, yo. I'm like, yo, if you're coming to Toronto, come Caravana weekend.
Go Caravana weekend. If you're coming to Toronto, come Caravana weekend.
Caravana weekend. Let's go. Like my baby cut, whatever. What is it? Second cousin? Is that what you call them?
Kissing cousin?
I call them baby cousin.
Kissing cousin?
What the hell is it? What? I don't even want to know what that is. We don't even want to talk about
your baby cousin.
No, because they're my cousin, so I don't kiss them. No, I don't even want to tell this story anymore.
No, okay. Your baby kissing cousins. Go ahead.
Anyways.
Is the cousin that I had a crush on?
No, that was
Jose's girlfriend. Jose's wife. That's
how's the hair up here? How's it up here?
It's good. It's good. Yo, yeah.
It looks fresh, right? I took some glamour shots before this for the show in the Breakroom glamour shots. Anyways, I told her, I was like, yo, come. She's like, I want to come to Toronto. I want to try it out. I was like, come Caravana weekend. And we went out. We went out. Was it Wednesday on the roof, right? And then there's always something on the Thursday. We went to Niagara for some wineries, and we went to the parade on the Saturday. And then we always go to Saldina Sunday. Saldina is from B-Towne as well, so I always do on a boat. Saldina Sundays on a boat every year. We went to Saldina Sunday, and then I think that was it. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like it was just lit. And I think she's coming back, but whenever the borders open up. But it was good to that's when you come to Toronto, come Caravana weekend, and you can't miss that.
It's a hyper reality, you know. It's the type of thing where you tell people to come that weekend, they will think that this is the place to be and this is where they want to live.
Tap in, right? Like tap in on that weekend, and that's it for you. If you don't, I mean, we can talk about Toronto till I'm blue in the face, first of all, but come to Toronto in general, and that's it. I think personally. If you've never experienced it from that perspective, then because you can do anything. Anybody can do anything. There's no way you can come to Toronto and not find something that you enjoy. Right? Like no matter what nationality you are, like number one, there's a little town for that. There's a little Italy, Chinatown.
No matter what. Yeah, no matter what.
Right?
Yeah.
Right, no matter what, there's a spot that at the end of the day you could go to and just you're good. And then otherwise there's just everything here, right? There's big theater, there's big sports, there's transportation, whatever. Man, don't even get me started on Toronto. I'm not even gonna carry on.
I mean, I've been to my fair share of places, and maybe it's who I am, maybe it's my personality, but there's not many places that I've been to that made me say that I'd rather live there than here.
Because it's cold, maybe, right? That's all anybody has with me. I think the best
Cold.
that you got is cold.
So and that's the thing. It's like I say that I feel like God knows that He made it cold here
just to scare enough people away.
Yes, because if He didn't make it cold here, this place would be a nasty place. This place would be crazy. Because this place is like, I feel like this place is awesome.
Tell me why not? I don't know. Like, whatever, man. Bring any city. And I don't know. Like, I know that when they do surveys and stuff, Toronto pops up. But I don't know. Bring any city. What city can you bring to me? And I know that I've traveled. So same thing that you say. There's nothing that's every place has its beauty that I've been to or whatever, right? But I'm talking, world-class metropolitan cities. Bring it. I don't know. Right?
This place is different.
There's too much.
I feel like
variety.
It is. That's it right there. It's just the variety. And I feel like just the experience of just the cultures, you know what I mean? Just the cultures. And if you get to kind of associate with people, you'll see that it's it's a lot more diverse than a lot of other places.
That's probably it's one of the most diverse places in the world. Right?
You're right.
Because when you're saying it, when anything that you're saying, it's followed by in the world.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. 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 It is.
So the diversity is nuts.
Diversity is nuts. Now, I mean, I know that there's a lot of diversity here. I am specific to what I like.
Right.
But I know, like, I've been places and I know that this is the place where if you want things, this is the place to be.
Yeah. Whatever it is that you want.
Whatever it is that you want.
Yeah. It's so true. Like, as I for background, I don't live in Toronto right now, but I grew up in Toronto because I know some people tell us we have to give a little bit of backstory sometimes, right? So I don't live in Hamilton. I live in Hamilton right now. What's that, about an hour away from Toronto? On the weekend. You didn't? Did you say hi?
You weren't here.
True. Good answer.
You're in Penantanguishene. He was in Penantanguishene doing Penantanguishene things.
Oh, yo, true story, man. I was on my Muskoka chair. I was on a Muskoka chair in Penantanguishene, but that's hilarious, man. How's it look up here?
It look good, bro. It look good.
Still look good up here, man.
It look good up there, bro.
Whatever, man. Toronto. All I know is Toronto. You can do whatever the hell it is that you want.
How you say it? Toronto?
Toronto. Me? Toronto.
How did they say it?
Who's they?
No, I thought I heard you say Toronto.
I don't know who they is. Toronto versus everybody.
Toronto versus everybody.
Everybody, bring it. No matter what, man. Like, but that's the thing, right? No matter what, bring it.
Is Toronto Iroquois?
Is it? Like, do you know, or are you just trying to,
I'm asking you.
You're trying to stump me again, like last week.
No, I'm asking you. Is it like a Inuit? Is it?
I don't don't know. I'm gonna go to the Google.
Go to Google, man. I don't want to
What do I
get you.
Google?
I don't want you to get here, get inappropriate.
No, I'm not going to tell you what I'm Googling to find the answer. But see here. Feels like pressure. Oh man. Autocorrect. Mississaugas of the credit. So port credit, I guess, is based on Indian culture. That's a Mississauga. Chippewa. It is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. Toronto has the largest Indigenous population in Ontario and the fourth largest in Canada, based on the 2016 condition.
Toronto has the largest
population in Ontario.
Toronto? I guess so.
Must, I guess, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, and recently, it says here, recently, a lot of that's changed a lot recently, an increase of 25% fairly recently. This is the 2016 census, though, so it's a little while ago.
Why did I think that the majority of the population would live on a reserve?
Well, maybe not. Well, there you go. There's your answer. I don't know. You got to figure that out.
What's up?
All right.
I just turned on my live for a second.
Oh, which live?
My Instagram. Nah, I'm busy, bro. I can't go to bed now.
What?
Medina's like, go to bed.
Tell Medina we're busy.
We're busy working, my brother. You want me to send you the link so you can come on? No, come on. You got to tell me at least one memorable Carabana story.
One memorable Carabana story?
Yeah.
So Carabana.
It could be at the parade. It could be at the club.
All right, here we go. 1997.
Yeah.
1997. Oh, I get these dates get lost in my brain for one reason or another now. We're downtown, so we weren't downtown. So this is actually a decent story. This is when I met the other moderator in Jay's chat, my good friend, another good B-Towne member, Dane Clark with an E.
Oh yeah.
That was actually the first true weekend.
Where's that, Cosmopolitan?
He was Colony Hotel.
Colony Hotel.
He was promoting a party.
Yes. So that's where you met him?
Well, I'm not there, but he was promoting that. He was part of the promotion.
Yeah.
Right. So as the story goes, a friend of mine, we were getting there late. We had tickets. We had to go. This was we were headed down. I remember having a bottle of Alizé, a friend of mine. We drove down. So we got to drive down the DVP in the Sound Horo. I had my Alizé. We got there. He had his Alizé. So we were feeling pretty good. We had the full bottles at that point in time because we were young and having fun before we got into line So, okay,
Yes.
into line now. So we get into line. Oh, days of lining up. We get into line, we're scooching up, and we get to the front of the line. Yeah. And then all of a sudden we just hear commotion. Front door closes. It's a glass door.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And me and my friend that have come late, of course, like we're at, like it's me and him next. All right, got our tickets
Got your
here.
tickets. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, because we hear commotion inside, all of a sudden there's commotion outside. And people start pushing. Right?
I was there. Yes.
So I don't know, the door didn't actually close yet. So I remember slipping through. Right? So I was like, I got to get inside here. And we were trying to get inside, but my friend didn't get inside. So I turn around and my friend looks like this. Right? So he's on the glass and all I start hearing is pressure. Right? Pressure. Oh, I'm like, wait a second. And the glass breaks. So he comes through the glass. He goes through the glass.
So when the glass broke, your friend was on the glass?
He was going like, and then closer. And
so your friend was the reason why the glass broke?
He's the reason why the glass broke.
Oh my.
So every time you hear the story about, everything that happened after the glass broke, because like after the glass broke, another friend came down and he said, yo, we're up on the stage. Right? Because inside the party had stopped. Right? Like completely stopped dead.
Yes.
Because of all the commotion. And somebody came out and grabbed us and threw us on the stage. And a group there was on the stage was, because this was our friend's promotion, his party. We were all on the stage, and I was come be safe on the stage while all this madness is going on. And then on the other side of the stage, the DJ had a crew of friends. And, we're sitting there, and my friend, who the glass had glass in his hair. And we're sitting there, and we're just going like this. We're just like shooting, and the girls come over. And they're like, you can't do that. You have to like, so they start like picking out the hair and stuff and dealing with him. And then I think it was Lindo. It was Lindo P at that party. And Lindo was like, enough. Like it's time for this party to start.
Yeah.
And then the party started. So it was this group of guys and this group of girls on the stage. And that was the whole entire evening. And, that started my Caravana weekend store. Furthered a lot.
But that was a good party. I mean, even though the glass broke and everybody rushed inside the party ended up being a lit party, bro.
You'd be surprised how lit that party was. People would be surprised how lit that party was for me. To be quite honest with you,
that party was that. I mean, the party seemed like it was gonna come to an end, but that party was dope. I had a good time.
Party never ended. I had a good time.
That party.
So it was a good party, man. It was a lot of Caravana's been good to me.
I had a history at that party. I mean, I had good times and bad times at that party, but
to be honest, I haven't really had a bad Caravana party. Now Caravana is a little bit different. That's about it, I guess. So we'll see. We'll see how this Caravana weekend goes. Last Caravana weekend was a little bit different for me too.
But I mean, well, here we go. Like, I mean, there's no way that this Caravana weekend can be compared to any other Caravana weekend because Caravana has been shut down for the past 2 years now.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, it'll be what you make it in regards to what you do with your peer groups and whatever events you find, but it ain't like what the city ain't buzzing like it was like what they said today, Tuesday. Yeah. So usually from last week, there's shit happening every day.
Yeah.
Up until Monday. It's the long weekend Monday, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I never usually go as far as the Monday.
I
Matter
don't
of
usually
fact,
do the
Caravana is
Monday.
only 3 days for me, 2 days for me, like Friday, Saturday.
Because you're working. Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, because it used to be Friday night on Young Street.
Friday
Whoa.
night on Young Street used to be lit.
Friday night on Young Street?
Do they still do that?
I mean,
not the last like 3 years ago. Did they do that?
Friday night on Young Street. That was the shit.
That you can't beat Friday night on Young Street. To be honest,
Friday night on Young Street was
Friday,
the shit.
to me back in the day, Friday night on Young Street was better than Saturday.
Was better than Saturday. It
way
was
better. Way better.
And then all the running back and forth when people like, and they start running, and then you run.
That was more on Saturday, man.
No,
I thought
Friday night was a track meet. Friday night you run. You like, why are you running? Maybe I don't know. People were running, so I was running. And they got to a point where I just see people run. I just step back and just run. Cause I ain't running.
Yeah.
But though. Friday night used to be lit.
Friday night was the joint. Friday night was the joint. That's where you'd see everybody. And then it was just like, yo, big up. Yo, holla.
Yeah,
yo,
yeah, bear this.
What's up? Yo, big up. Oh, I haven't seen you. Yo, like that kind of stuff.
Friday night was lit.
Yeah, man. So
and then you get home at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Sometimes you get home at 6 o'clock in the morning. I remember one year we went by Bami, his house. So we went for Friday night, went to his house Saturday morning, went to the parade. Like we just kept going. Kept going. Man. The kids don't know, man. These kids don't know. Man.
No, they don't know. Because they don't even know what Friday night looks like.
Right?
They don't even know what Friday night looks like. They don't.
I'm asking. Did it happen? Did it happen? Like a couple years ago, was there still Friday
night?
No.
And then the Americans, because all the Americans, like the men and the women, are dressed in the same clothes together. Like they were in the same. They were in the same same polo shirt and shorts. Yo.
It's true though. Yo, Fairbanks. People don't understand, I guess. And not to say it's the best carnival in the world or anything like that, but
okay, don't say that. Not to say that's not the best carnival in the world. What it is, it's the largest carnival. It's the largest street carnival in North America.
Yes, that's true. No hate.
Here in Toronto, Caravana is the largest street carnival in North America. And it brings in over a million people from around the world.
Wasn't trying to hate.
And I just want to make sure that you understand that when we're here, sometimes we take things for granted. When you have things, sometimes you take things for granted. But I want you to understand that Caravana is the largest street carnival in North America.
That's a big thing.
It's a big thing. It's a humongous thing.
Well, I mean, I wasn't. Well, again, I wasn't trying to. I was just trying to say,
I know you meant no harm.
But facts is,
I know you meant no harm, but you need to recognize that you live in a place where big shit is happening.
You don't have to tell me that about. You don't have to tell me that.
Okay.
Everything's big. Everything's big. Everything's big in Toronto.
Yeah.
We're talking about Toronto still, right? We're talking about Toronto.
Yes, and you have to understand it's so big that the revenue that this weekend brings in is second only to Christmas.
Is it? Well, tourism though. Tourism money is big.
No.
Just money in general. I know money in
the revenue
all the money
Caravana brings into the city of Toronto is second only.
Yes.
To Christmas.
No, I understand what you mean.
So big shit happening, bro.
I think you think I'm hating. I'm not hating, but that's okay.
No. I'm not positioning it as you're hating. I'm just saying you might be a little bit misinformed and taking it a little bit lighter than you need to take it. This shit is huge, bro.
There's nothing about Toronto that I take lightly.
All right.
Right? So it goes.
All right.
That's good, man.
All right. We got 2 gold medals though.
So while we've been watching, we got what 2 golds today or just now?
We got eight medals altogether, but 2 gold medals.
You know what? I've been really trying to watch the Olympics, and it's just through my own fault that I haven't been able to watch enough Olympics that I wanted to.
I mean, it's hard to watch the Olympics when the Olympics is starting right now. It's like 12 o'clock. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's like 8 o'clock it starts, right? Like really, because it's what 11 hours, 13 hours, something like that. It's like not 12 on the dot, maybe. Anyways,
it's
you're
late
right.
Late o'clock. When they start, man's is trying to get into their bed.
That is true. So we got 2 golds, 3 silvers. Of course, we got 9 medals. We're in 10th.
We're at 9 medals right now.
Yeah.
Last I seen that we were in 9th place, but you say we're in 10th.
It says 10th. Tied, yeah, 9th because Netherlands were tied with Netherlands for total medal count. So it depends on how you calculate your Olympic points, because I know people of a different age calculate different Olympic points a little bit differently.
What?
So you don't know that?
No.
I don't even know how to explain it. Maybe it was from a video game, to be honest with you, but it could have been because watch now. So watch, hang on. So Japan, when I look at the medal count
TG.
When I look at the medal count right now, Japan's in first, but they have 11 gold, 4 silvers, and 5 bronze. They have 20 medals, but they're listed as in first, right?
Mm-hmm. Japan.
Okay. Japan.
This is happening in Japan as well?
Tokyo.
Yeah. Tokyo's Japan?
I think so.
Yeah.
Right? That sounds horrible. Okay, so US.
The fix is in.
US is in second place.
Mm-hmm.
But they have 29 medals. So Japan is in first place.
Japan is in first.
With 20 total medals.
With 20 medals.
Total.
And US is in second place with 29 medals.
29 medals.
A mere third place them I get.
Yeah, because Japan has the more gold. Gold's worth more points. That's how it works, man. Some shit like that.
And Canada has 2 golds.
Yes. As of this recording.
So wait, so Japan has more gold medals than Japan has more medals than Canada?
I don't know.
What's Canada doing? It's your fault, bro.
Why is that?
Because you don't train up your youth, them.
Well, I don't know how that falls on me, man. I'm here, man. I back them. I'm here. I got the Olympics are on. I'm watching like it was just rowing and now boxing's on. I got Canada. All right. Don't tell me about Canada. Do I have there? We're good here.
Before you make your daughter go do shot put, you make her play soccer. That's why you don't know gold medals, man. It's
true. That is actually true.
Make her play soccer. Should have made her do shot put or some shit. Or you should have made your daughter be a triathlon.
We were watching triathlon.
Your daughter would have been a shit. Your daughter would have been a shit if she was your daughter would have been a gold medalist triathlon.
We were just watching triathlon. We were sitting here watching triathlon yesterday.
Yes.
And I was thinking that exact. Like, she's like, no. I was like, yeah. Like, no. Yeah. Yesterday, man, for real. Fuck. Yesterday, that's what we were.
No, your daughter would have been a boom triathlon. Your daughter would have been a sneaker. Your daughter would have had a sneaker.
A sneaker. Puma.
Your daughter would have been a Puma. She would have done a commercial with Usain.
Do Puma, and I'd be in the background taking pictures with Jay-Z, you know. But yeah.
Soccer.
You're funny. Oh man, bro, that's a lot. Yo, the shirt. You gotta show people the shirt before we sign off. What's that shirt, man? That looks like what's that shirt say?
It's a dual
You can't
school
see. You
shirt.
gotta hold it up. You gotta.
You see it?
What's the
Dual school.
What's the dual school?
Dual school is a venture by my brother and his business partner Nick, and it's a campaign where they're having children tell their stories about their experiences through this pandemic, right? And they document it and have it written for the possibility of it being published. Right. So just different children telling their different experiences, right? And it's just gonna be a bunch of different books.
That's awesome.
With different children with their different experiences. Right. So dual school. So kids' point of view books. And this is their project, dual school.
Okay, we'll pop that up at some point, I guess, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know how to do that stuff. I'm working on it. I'm working on being technical.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get you technical. I'm gonna get you technical so that you can do it.
Slowly but surely.
And then I don't have to do it.
Because you're busy.
I mean, I ain't busier than anybody else, but
I hear you, brother. Oh, all right, man. What do you think? You're good?
All good, my brother. All
this
good.
Is wonderful. Wonderful.
All good.
Now you gotta remember we're meeting Thursday, bro.
Thursday. I'll see you.
All right.
All right.
Wicked, brother.
Cool.
All right.
Peace in the break room.
Yes, sir. Big up.
Follow, like, subscribe. One time.
Hit us up. Fun time for real.
Easy, bro.
Yeah, man.